Namaste, Jai Hind and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I'm Anand Narsimhan. Just days to go for the first vote to be cast and Prime Minister Narendra Modi seems to have set the tone for the big battle, the battle for Bharat. In a comprehensive interview to the editor of ANI, Smita Prakash, Prime Minister Narendra Modi not only giving an account of his track record and calling the last decade just a trailer, but also called out the opposition over multiple issues. The interview covered a wide range of topics, from the Ram Mandir inauguration to the BJP's prospects in the south, particularly in the state of Tamil Nadu. The Prime Minister said that Sanatana Dharma is a part of our constitution. He blamed the opposition parties for deriding Sanatana for their appeasement politics. The Prime Minister also accused the opposition of being divisive and hell-bent on undermining the nation. Now here's how the Prime Minister put the Congress and the DMK combined on the mat. His first attack, the DMK perhaps was born out of this hatred. The DNA of the DMK itself. Attack, the Congress must answer the insult to Sanatan. Why did they keep quiet? Don't ask me, ask the Congress party. They are allies. Why did the Congress, which has the likes of Mahatma Gandhi and Indira Gandhi who proudly wore their Sanatan values, has the Congress lost its basic character itself, is the question he asked. He also said, what's the Congress's compulsion to ally with the DMK? The fifth attack, what is this perversion in the Congress's mindset? And he also questioned those. He said that ever since the construction of the Bhavya Ram Mandir for Ram Lala, those who made this entire issue political don't have an issue there and they are looking at something. Listen in.
हिंदुस्तान में अन्य राज्यों में भाजपा की सरकार का मॉडल देखा। देश भर में जो तमिल बंधु रहते हैं उन्होंने अपने घरों में जाके बताया भी हम जिस राज्य में रहते हैं वहाँ तो ये हो रहा है। तो लोग स्वाभाविक तमिल प्रजा कंपैरिजन करने लगी कि जो हवा खड़ा किया गया था ये तो अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं। अब जैसे मैंने तमिल काशी संगम किया तो तमिलनाडु में डीएमके पार्टी वाले लोग ये तो पानीपुरी वाले करके मजाक उड़ाते थे, लेकिन जब तमिलनाडु के लोग काशी संगम कार्यक्रम में आए और काशी का रूप रंग देखा उन्होंने कहा ये हमने तो जो सुना था ऐसा नहीं है, ये तो बहुत डेवलप दिखता है, बड़ी प्रगति हो रही है, आईटी का नेटवर्क दिखता है। तो सोचने का तरीका बदलने लगा और उसके कारण डीएमके के प्रति जबरदस्त गुस्सा पैदा हुआ है। वो गुस्सा पैदा डाइवर्ट हो रहा है बीजेपी की तरफ पॉजिटिव वे में। सवाल कांग्रेस को पूछना चाहिए कि तुम्हारी क्या मजबूरी है कि सनातन के खिलाफ इतना जहर उगलने वाले लोगों के साथ तुम क्यों बैठे हो भाई? क्या तुम्हारी राजनीति अधूरी रह जाएगी क्या? तो आपका संविधान बना, उस संविधान में सनातन का गौरव का हिस्सा था और आज सनातन को इतनी भयंकर गालियां देने की हिम्मत हो और आप उनके साथ चुनाव की राजनीति करें, उनके साथ मंच साझा करें, मजबूरी कांग्रेस की ये देश के लिए चिंता का विषय है।
Joining us now, Abhijit Iyer-Mitra, Senior Fellow, Institute of Peace and Conflict Studies. We also have Sanjay J, author, political analyst, leans towards the Congress party. And we should have Sumanth Raman, author and political commentator, joining us from Tamil Nadu in a bit. And also Sardar R.P. Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP, should be with us. But Sanjay Jha, how would you respond? Because the PM has further elaborated on all of this, and then he also questioned the Congress party, saying, don't ask me about the DMK and what the DMK is saying, ask the Congress party. What's their compulsion to ally with a party that itself is deriding Sanatana Dharma? Values that were practiced by Mahatma Gandhi and proudly worn by even the former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, who used to wear the Rudraksha beads very proudly.
Ever since Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, called the Congress Manifesto a Muslim League, where he said every page was divisive, it takes a lot of courage to take anything he says very seriously. Anand, let me just tell you straightforward. It's time we are all adults. I think we are all mature people here. The Prime Minister is getting extremely desperate. He's abused the sanctity of that august office. by actually now indulging in the most crude and vulgar kind of communal polarization. I, for example, want to add a few points here. He says it is a matter of great concern. Mr. Prime Minister, if you're watching this program, the people of India believe the biggest concern is the criminal, corrupt electoral bond through which your government, clearly under the instructions of your own government.
We'll come to the electoral bond. We're discussing this in the second half of this debate.
Institutions of extortion. Mr. Modi, the government of India is being talked about not just in India but all over the world as having developed certain mafioso manifestations where the agencies that are supposed to investigate have actually become brutal, ruthless agencies that are actually giving contracts to those who donate money or are threatening other people with serious consequences if they don't donate money. So you're seeing criminality and crony capitalism on two sides of the coin. Again, the Prime Minister needs to apologize to the farmers of India. Anand, I'm aware of what they said in the manifesto in 2014. We will give MSP to the farmers.
Sanjay J, I tell you what, if you're going to broad base and get into, I'm going to request you, because we will talk about electoral bonds in the latter half. Right now, the simple focus is, has the Congress let go of its core values itself? The Muslim League used to call the Congress party a nationalist, Hindu nationalist party. That's how they've been quoted. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru in the 1930s has espoused Hindu nationalism. And today, by your own words and the Prime Minister's own words, the Congress party is akin in its manifesto to the Muslim League. The Prime Minister even today said that it seems to have compromised on its own Hindu values because it is okay with the DMK abusing and going and laying into Sanatana Dharma. That's the focus. Has the Congress party done that? You've had the likes of Rohan Gupta, Gaurav Vallabh and others who have quit because of the fact that they did not go and attend the Pran Pratishtha of Ram Lalla, the Congress leadership.
Okay, Anand, let me answer you very quickly. You know, why the others left, I read their statements. They were clearly dictated by the BJP IT cell. And obviously now they're looking for a political career in the BJP. They have to mouth exactly what they are ordered to do. I don't want to even comment on that very pedestrian issue. Here is another expose of Mr. Modi's attempt to distort history. Who was in partnership with the Muslim League? It is the members of the extreme right-wing Hindu Mahasabha and the members of the RSS who were actually supporting the entire collaboration, where you all know, everybody knows that Shama Prasad Mukherjee had an alliance with the Muslim League. I mean, doesn't he even know his history? So basically what Mr. Modi is saying, that our ideological gurus were soft on the Muslim League. Well, you know, I'm glad he's making a public confession. Secondly, Anand, let's look at the clear math. Does Mr. Modi know that the Congress party has governed India for over 55 years of the 77 years that we have been independent? You think the votes have come in only from a 14 or 13% Muslim population? He's insulting all the political leaders. He's insulting all the voters who have voted the Congress repeatedly in 10 of the 17 general elections. When Narendra Modi says, or rather his supporters say, that India became independent after 2014, it insults the freedom fighters, it insults the technocrats who have built IITs, the IIMs and the Bhabha Atomic Research Center. It insults the farmers who created the Green Revolution. Once again, you are trying to shift the goalpost very smartly and very articulately towards where you believe you hold a position of strength. I'm going to come back to the same thing. Is the Congress party? Is the Congress party? Why is the Congress party silent if it believes that it respects the core values of Hindus in Hindustan? Why is it silent when the DMK bashed Sanatana Dharma? That's a simple question he asked. 1 minute. We cannot have.
Sanjay J,
The
we got
Congress
Abhijit
party,
Iyer-Mitra
no,
and also Sardar
Congress
RP Singh.
party-
Let them please weigh in into the
Congress
debate.
party
I request
did
you,
not
sir.
support what was said by
No,
the DMK. Let's be very clear.
No, sir. The Congress party came out and its own president's son came out and endorsed, and there was no admonition by the Congress presidents when they said it. No, there wasn't.
Of course there was.
There was no admonition openly. The Congress top leadership refused to attend the Pran Pratishtha of Lamlala, branding it a political event when it was not. The political presence there did none of the
Can
government
you
ministers.
answer why were these-
Sir, none of the
One
BJP
minute.
ministers were present there.
Why were
None
the
of the BJP
Shankaracharyas
ministers, none of the
there?
cabinets. No. Don't say why were.
Why were the
Look at who came there,
Shankaracharyas
sir. The
there?
people, common people came there and they were invited and they refused. Those who wanted to go were not invited, sir, despite being Ram Bhaks. And those who were invited did not go. That's the reality. 1 minute.
Anand,
Sardar
you
RP
really
Singh
believe
respond.
it
Sardar
wasn't a
no, one.
political project for
No,
Modi?
please yield, Sanjay Ji. Sardar RP Singh, please respond.
Of course, it was made into a political
Sanjay Ji,
event.
please. Sanjay Ji,
Anand,
please. Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, Sardar RP Singh.
the problem with the Congress party and the sympathizers, the people who have been kicked out of Congress also, they still hold the same frame. I mean, they use the same glasses and they can't see beyond that, and that is the green color glasses, and they have to see everything through the prism of the green color. The overall
What do you mean
is
by
happening
green
in the
color?
country.
One minute.
For
Please,
example,
what does
you-
it mean by
No,
green color?
he didn't speak when you spoke, sir. Please.
Just ask him to
San-
clarify
I
what
will
he means
ask
by
him.
green
At
color.
least allow him to make his opening remark and then
okay.
we'll counter. Ji. Yes, Sardar RP Singh.
when you spread lies and you try to speak untrue, which is that Syama Prasad Mukherjee tied up with Muslim League. I mean, he's not aware that it was the Krishak Samaj Party, not Muslim League. So he can misquote. He's trying to misquote, or he's trying to misuse the history as per his convenience. But coming to the issue of what is there in the Congress Party's today's manifesto, let me read out one part. The Congress promised to appoint more judges belonging to minority community, and minority as per them is only Muslims. I mean, we don't fall into the minority categories because they butchered us to gain the majority vote only. They use us as a ploy to gain the votes. But fact is, this is there in the manifesto. This is part of the manifesto, and also not this only. Congress then on page number 8, para number 7, Congress will ensure that like every citizen minority have a freedom of choice and dress, food and language and personal laws. I mean, they want to bring Shariat again. Shariat back to the system. That's what the personal law is. What is there in the personal law, and then it's again targeting for Muslim votes. That's the problem. So I don't understand what is he trying to convey, that no. And also just recently, I mean just a few days, just less than a week back, the Muslim League in Kerala has said don't use your flag here because it resembles the tricolor, so you are not allowed to use the tricolor in Wayanad. So you use only your symbol because tricolor doesn't suit us. So they have abided by that. The party president in Kerala, KPCC president, has said that yes, we will not use the tricolor, the flag which resembles the tricolor. So this is what the character of Congress is, and then they talk about that we are more saffron, or we are more composite as far the ideology goes. I mean, that used to be at some given time, but right from Somnath temple to Ayodhya, the message has been the same, that you can't attend a temple function, you can't go to a temple function. Nehruji stopped the then president, and now the party president stopped their party cadre and the party leaders. I mean, they said no, you can't go. And who defied them, who defied the leader, they have been thrown off the party.
No, they haven't, sir. One of them is actually fighting Kangana Ranaut from Mandi. So there is a correction there. But they did advise and they themselves refused to go. Abhijit Iyer-Mitra, has the Congress party compromised on Hindu
He had to
values and
resign one in between.
Hindu ethos, but they've been brought back, sir. What I'm trying to say is, yes, the Prime Minister makes a serious
resigned only to
allegation.
put his message across.
Yeah, the Prime Minister makes a serious allegation.
Aye.
There are people who have quit Sardar RP Singh. That's also that's true. But is it only the BJP that is taking the championing the cause of Hindus in Bharat? Is that what the Prime Minister is saying? Abhijit Iyer-Mitra, where do you stand when he says that the Congress party did not question the DMK? And this is also directly linked to the sentiment on ground, where most of the villages, most number of villages named after Ram are in Tamil Nadu. The PM said that. He also said that people are upset with the way Hinduism is being bashed and there is a different thinking, and that's why the BJP is getting traction. How would you respond? And do you agree with the Prime Minister or disagree?
Completely. You see, Hindu consolidation does not happen in a vacuum. Why is Hindu consolidation happening right now? It's clearly because people feel that their Hindu identity is bigger than their caste identity, which was the primary rallier of votes for the last 30-40 years. So clearly something is shifting, number one. Number two, let's examine the exact words that Udayanithi Stalin used. Sanatana Dharma Kattano, which means what? Exterminate it. You don't use Vorchkat. Your Tamil, you know this. Vorchkatify is not a word that you use, to sweep the house or to reform something. Reform has a very different word in Tamil. So he said what he did with a completely genocidal intent. And far from, even a rudimentary alliances, it didn't affect the alliance, you see. The alliances can continue with a pro forma condemnation. They won't even do that. Right. And this, their leader, Rahul Gandhi, has a long history of using Hinduism when it suits him and dumps him when he uses it. When he wants it, he is Janaudhari Brahman. Otherwise, he is very secular, this and that. You see, he's been brought up as a European social democrat. He's completely disconnected with the reality of India, right? Which is why he has this wonderful knack of picking up issues that nobody wants to talk about. Coming to the third point, which is that, my friend Sanjay seems to think that Narendra Modi is a great joke. In fact, Narendra Modi is such a joke that Sanjay didn't even want to talk about what was actually said and wanted to talk about everything else under the sun. Which really shows you that Modi has this knack of hitting the nail on the head and understanding what the pulse of the people is. And poor Rahul, who's yet to win an election, what did that New York Times reporter said? Sanjay's ex-colleague Randeep Surjewala is wearing such a dour face at the end of that NDTV Dhulai that New York Times correspondent gave Rahul Gandhi, yet to win an election. So sad. What is Rahul Gandhi going to win? He knows nothing. He's completely out of sync with the people of this country. There is more Hindu consolidation going on. The last election was won by a greater thing than the previous election. Electoral bonds, they're desperately trying to make it into a scam. Do you remember?
We'll talk electoral bonds in a bit. Right now, the focus in the south. Yes, Abhijit, please complete.
So with Tamil Nadu, I think we're seeing an inflection point. This is not the first time that Hinduism has been abused. You remember Ivera
Ramaswamy Nayakar,
used to go around smashing Hindu idols and things like that, and used to say the foulest of things. It didn't matter at that. Today, it clearly matters. Because you're seeing crowds for Modi in a way that no BJP leader has been able to draw for a very long time. You're also looking at a great outpouring of national affection. Remember, when APJ Abdul Kalam died, you remember all the funeral cortege and everything. When the former chief of army staff died in a tragic helicopter crash, you remember seeing the massive crowds that came out for him. There is clearly a nationalist feeling coming out there. And where the BJP goes, there is a certain mixing of Hinduism and politics. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know. But there is a mixing of that, and you clearly see that Hindu identity coming out. And to a large extent, we should, appreciate Annamalai's role in this. Because, for the longest time, Tamil Nadu BJP did not forget having a charismatic face. It simply did not have a face. Annamalai has been he's in the news.
That is what he's done for the party, because national parties have struggled against the regional party narrative or the regionalist narrative, which again Pradeshik Partiyan that Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke about. But Sumanth Raman, the need for the Congress to agree or not condemn outright the DMK. Why is the Congress allying with the DMK is a question that the BJP has asked via its Prime Minister today when he is speaking with Smita Prakash of ANI. Sumanth Raman. And this entire aspect of going against the core values and DNA of Bharat itself. Somnath to Ayodhya. Yeah.
So we are now back to the Sanatana Dharma, Hindu-Muslim. We are back to essentially that as the campaign strategy. And I think that I mean, it's the BJP has been doing it for quite some time, but they are now continuing to do that. I thought this election would be fought on the track record of the last 5 years or the last 10 years. It's obviously
No, he's spoken on that also. He's spoken elaborately on that, and he said take 55 years of the Congress and take 10 years of take 10 years of what I have done. It is there.
Anand, that is what
It is also there. It is also there. So it's exactly what you want to see and what you want to hear. But the rest was also spoken about by the Prime Minister. Yes, Sumanth Raman.
Mr. Mitra spoke uninterrupted for about.
No, you said it is not there. That's why I corrected you.
I did not say it is not there. I
it is
never
there.
said it is not there. I said that it is sad that this election is also going to be fought on the Hindu-Muslim or the Hindutva, Sanatana Dharma, and so on. Look, the question of I hope that this this particular debate is put out on YouTube, so that everyone can watch the grand upsurge in Tamil Nadu as is being spoken about by some on the show of the BJP. June 4th, we will see what a strong upsurge it is. It really is a huge upsurge on social media. But let us see on June 4th where the strong upsurge is and how many seats the BJP is actually going to win in Tamil Nadu. So I think that, look, as a propaganda vehicle, this interview, the ANI interview, ANI is basically essentially a propaganda channel. Everybody knows that. So they are putting out a propaganda piece for the Prime Minister before the election, which is fine. I mean, it's their right to
Shoot the messenger.
to run the agency. No. Run the agency the way they want to. They have made a conscious choice, which is fine. The point is, talk about a level playing field. Officially, the ANI is the news agency. So logically, if you are interviewing the Prime Minister, you should interview the leader of the opposition, you should interview the major party candidates across the political spectrum. But never mind, I'm not even getting into that. Look, the issue is, this is not by any stretch of imagination, appearing to be the 400 par election that it even 2 months ago appeared to be. Right now, it is looking like the BJP would need to simply dramatically sweep the north and parts of the east if they even want to get to 303, because there are going to be losses in the south. Now, how big those losses are, how small those losses are, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But clearly, it is not appearing to be the rosy picture that was painted about a month and a half ago, and which many of us, including myself, who once thought that this was going to be a 320, 330, 350 kind of return for the BJP, are now seeing that there is a distinct pushback, particularly in states like Karnataka and states like Maharashtra, to some extent in states like Telangana, and of course in Tamil Nadu and Kerala as well. So I think that the need to sort of appeal to the Hindutva sentiment has increased. I'm looking at it from that context. What the Prime Minister says cannot be seen in isolation. He now realizes that UP has to be swept, Madhya Pradesh has to be swept, Rajasthan has to be swept. There is no room for error there.
Sumanth Raman, that anyways had to be swept the moment he said 370 par for the BJP. So the moment he said at that time, this was fait accompli, because that's the only way they would have got to 303. He has set the benchmark at 370. That means you have to enter bastions where you had returned as literally a knot. That is 120 odd seats, including Odisha and the states, excluding Karnataka, the southern states. But Sardar RP Singh, what you were 2 months before compared to that, today you are far in a weaker position than you were 2 months ago. That's what Sumanth Raman is saying. The fact that you got to return to the Sanatana plank.
Many multiple opinion
right now on the show, it is you who's saying it.
Are also showing the same thing. It's not just me.
Absolutely. We have like we're putting all our debates on YouTube, and we're going to chronicle all of this, and we're going to look back at this on the 4th of June. And for every statement that is there, one of somebody or the other will have to eat the humble pie. Who does? We'll have to wait and watch.
Absolutely.
Yes, Sardar RP Singh.
Anand, I want to come in.
Yeah, coming to you, Sanjay J.
Well, I'll be surely sitting here with you on the 4th of June, and we'll prefer I'll request make all the guests sit with me, and then we'll talk about this 370 par, and then we'll tell you where all we have made inroads, and then you are not able to see them today. But no one believes that we will do good in Bengal. I mean, we are doing extremely good in Bengal this time also. We did well last time also, but no one thought. And Congress is totally wiped off, left is totally wiped off. So is Andhra Pradesh. Take my words, we'll do much better in Andhra Pradesh as an alliance partner and as a party also. We'll do much better in Telangana as a party, and we'll sweep Karnataka. Take my words that Karnataka will sweep. When I say sweep means with alliance partner, we're going to sweep Karnataka also, and we are surely going to make inroads in Kerala and Tamil Nadu this time.
Right.
And northeast and east, there's going to miracle, and northeast we are going to sweep again. They are also accepting. The people here on the panel is also Sumanth Raman is also accepting the same. And then north, they have already left. North, they have already said that we are nothing in north.
Sir, overconfidence sometimes is also not good, because there is word coming down on ground that this overconfidence is.
I appeal through your channel. Can I make a point? Can I make a point? Can I make a point? Can I make a small point?
Panna Pramukhs may not just be doing what they need to do for the BJP to activate as an electoral machine.
Can I make a point?
Confidence is good. Overconfidence and arrogance never pays. I can only very humbly say that.
Can I make a point? Can I make a point?
It's the same panel. We'll come back and we'll take on
very
another
small point.
Another issue. Sir, you can make your point. Sanjay J also wanted to say we'll come to electoral bonds. What he had to say on electoral bonds after just 2 minutes, 2-minute break. Please stay with us.